Hello, I'm Amanda Torres. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm a Pampered chef consultant, and I am going through how to use the Rapid Prep mandolin today. This is my most favorite product in the kitchen. It makes prepping quick. It makes getting cooking done faster because the prep part is done, and that's the biggest thing. Is quickness. I'm all about getting things done quick. I have 3 small kids. The last thing I need is to take more time to cut everything with a knife. I still have to cut some things with a knife, but it sure makes things easier. So with that being said, I have a video already on it in making potatoes, dicing potatoes, French fries. I do have one now on bell peppers, and today I'm going to make one with onions. People are always impressed with the Rapid Prep mandolin. They get it shipped to their house, they get it, and they're like, oh, wait a minute, how do I use this again? What'd that chick do? So let me help you out, because I don't want you to be frustrated with something you bought and then think you bought something you don't need. You need this. It makes life easier. So this is an onion. I'm gonna go ahead and just peel it, so cut off the ends and peel it. Obviously, the Rapid Prep mandolin is not a miracle worker. It's not gonna do everything you need it to do. You're still gonna have to use old-fashioned knife and cutting board to do certain things. And the big thing about the Rapid Prep mandolin is knowing how to put your item in to get the cut you want. That is gonna be the trickiest thing. I'm not gonna lie to you about it. That is, why lie to you? You're gonna get it and be all frustrated. So I might as well just tell you how it's gonna be. How you cut your item, your potato, your bell pepper, your onion, and put it in the machine or in the guard is really how everything goes. So if you're wanting onion rings or good slice for hamburgers, the greatest thing is to just not even put the guard on and just put it up against it. And let it slice, because it's not going to fit inside the guard. Okay, and the guard's great for protecting your fingers. So my kids love to help with this. I don't mind them helping me with it because it has a guard. They have to really stick their hand in there. It has a slider. Normally all they get to do is this because they're 4, 3, and 2. But I need to know. So let's start this show up with the gadgets in the back, the function. So it slices. It has a thicker julienne, and it has a thicker julienne and a thinner julienne. Slice, thick julienne, thin julienne. And how thick the item is for each one of those settings is dependent on the number in the back. An 8's gonna give you a good thick size, slice of however you want the function to work. 0, 1 is gonna give you a very small one. The other thing is how you cut this up and put this in here and put the setting also is going to change your outcome. So we'll get to that so that way you can see. I'm currently going to put it on a slice. I'm going to put it at, let's put it at a 6. And put my catch in there. I'm not going to use the guard because I want slices to show you. So normally a 6 would be bigger. I think it's just such a big onion. But these are how the slices would be if I could really fit the whole onion in it. It's a pretty big onion. So if you're really wanting slices for making onion rings, don't get a huge hunker guy. Obviously you're gonna have to use your own knife to do that. But let me show you. If I cut off, let's show you for slicing sake. Let's show you for slicing sake. So let's say I didn't get a huge big onion. I could obviously put the guard back on for this because it will fit in there. And a 6. See how thick they are? Okay, and so I'm gonna move it now. Now I'm gonna start crying because the onion's really starting to work. Let me move it down to a 3. Let me put these guys aside so we can compare. So you can see what I mean by the thickness. So there's 6, a 3. Okay, and it's still slicing it because I have it on the slice setting. It's seriously gonna make me cry. How, now let's say you want to dice them, because that's a big function most people use onions, is a dicing. So let's show you the thicker julienne. Let's keep it to the 6 and 3, just so you have an idea of the measurements. How you're really gonna want things to look with whatever you're cooking is gonna change. I don't cook with onions because I'm allergic to them. Not like this, just being in my stomach, I'm allergic to them. So this doesn't hurt me, except that I'm crying. So I don't usually cook with them too much. But when I used to, before my stomach couldn't handle it, I liked very small dice. So we'll do a 6 julienne, thicker julienne picture. Okay, and here's what I'm getting. Oops. Okay, so I'm going to put those aside for us to compare. Actually, I like that one. And then I will move it to a 3, because we were comparing 6 and 3 today. All right. Again, so it's starting to shift in there, going this way. So when it starts to do that, if you're going to change your slices, so you have to make sure that it sets well in there. And again, I'm still doing the rings. Let's change it up. The rings are facing into the blade. Okay. Yes, I got this onion just to show you guys what this looks like. So 3, 6. Okay. And what am I going to do with this onion? Thank goodness my mama likes onions. Thank goodness for mamas. So, I'm seriously crying. So then I'm going to move it to the thinner julienne. And again, I'll compare. So the thinner one, it actually has a picture, and they look smaller lines is what they look like. And then I'm going to go ahead and make sure it's tight in there. And here are the, let's keep it at 3s for the moment. Although I'm all full of 3s. If you want to clean this out, a good way to do that, I shouldn't even discuss this yet, but is to just move it all the way to the slicing setting and the biggest number, and you can get all the stuff out easier. Okay, there. Just be careful when you put your fingers in there, because the blade is down there and it is sharp. Okay, let's put it back to the function I wanted. Thin, and let's go to 6. All right, Mr. Onion. Put it in. I'm getting the rings, the cuts this way are facing into the blade. So as I got to the thinner julienne, I usually use the thinnest julienne slices for my dicing because I like small dices. Let me move those out of the way. That was a size 6. Move those out of the way, and I will move it to a size 3. So soups, like I would think of soups with these ones because they're so much thinner. Oops, sorry, than these ones. You can see I know it's hard to see on the camera probably, but there's a little bit of a difference in the sizes. All right, so how you put this in depends completely. So I'm gonna show you, and sometimes I'm like, oh, I don't remember. Let's see what that does. That's what we're gonna do today. Because I don't remember what happens when I put it the other direction. So let me get this onion out. And let's put this guy in now, facing this way. And we are on the thin still. Let's go to 6. We're still in a thin slice. It's not, oh, the top layer is still not off. Go me. Okay, here we go. Let's try that again. Heck, let's just take that whole part off. So it's still dicing them. It's still making a good dice. It's still pretty small to me, which I prefer. I like the flavor onions give. I don't like the taste per se of an onion, especially raw. So I think salsas and stuff, I was like, oh, that's a good size. Okay, I'll put it in here. Okay, let's change it to, this is a really good part for slicing. So I'm gonna put it on the thick, the slice one, the straight, there's nothing, no lines, the slice. I'm gonna put it at a 6. And you can start seeing, now we have our fajita slices, is what I call them. But you have to put it in, my brain stopped working, sorry. Instead of with all the lines going in circlers and going into the blade, you're putting the edge, the outside edge into it. And that's going to give you your slices for fajitas. All right, let's move it to 3. Okay, let's go with 6 slice, 3. All on a slice, I should say this with them. A slice function, size 6, size 3. So that's really what this guy does for slicing and dicing. It's all how you put your onions in. It's all how what you want to make is what your idea is to make, so you know how to put this in. So I'm hoping this helps you in your cooking endeavors and how to use the Rapid Prep mandolin. Thank you so much for joining me.